Hi guys, a big welcome to you all to the second episode of All Things Equine with RS. This week I'm going to continue to talk about show jumping and I will explain to you all the different events of jumping commonly seen at shows in India, their rules, and I will also be sharing my personal experience and tips on how to do well. I will also be telling you about the Indian national puissance records at the end of this episode, so stay tuned guys. So, classical show jumping is what I explained to you in the last episode. In India, we have a few other events also, such as top score, accumulator, fault and out, knockout, rescue relays, six bars, and puissance. I will briefly explain to you all of them, starting with top score. It is personally my favorite event because it brings out the best of course reading and planning abilities in you. So the top score event has 11 jumps numbered from 1 to 10 and the 11th jump is called the Joker. Every jump from 1 to 10 has points assigned to them. So jump number 1 to 10 has a multiple of 10 points. For example, jump number 1 is 10 points, number 2 is 20 and jump number 10 is 100 points. The Joker is 100 points if jumped clear and minus 200 points if dropped. The course is not laid down in a sequence and the rider can jump any jump from any angle maximum of 2 times after crossing the start line. The aim is to jump as many jumps with the highest points in a set time, usually given 45 or 60 seconds. With only limited time and a challenge in front of you to score as many points as possible, every rider and every horse is faced with a challenge to create a course for them which suits their horse's jumping style and the temperament too. A jump which is dropped cannot be jumped a second time, so it is difficult to say with certainty that you can jump the course that you've set in your head. Now, the first step is to assess your horse's capabilities and decide if you want to set a course in front of you with sharp turns or easy ones. Do you want to approach jumps at an angle or not? Do you want longer distances or not? After you assess that and the course is in front of you, try and design a course which suits you and your horse instead of copying others and taking one conventional route everyone is planning on taking. Jump your own course. But when you design your course, have a few contingency plans in your head because if a jump falls the first time you jump it, you're doomed. Even if you don't win, you will learn the art of designing your own line and improvise on the course, and that's the main goal of the top score event. Top score is also known as gambler's choice event in some countries. Moving on to the second one, we have the accumulator format we follow in India, which usually has 9 fences and 1 joker to be jumped in sequence and in the given time allowed, which is usually set very comfortable as the aim of this event is to teach the rider to ride the course at a set rhythm and pace. Each jump is again assigned a point according to the numbering of the fence. Accumulator has a multiplier of 1, so jump number 1 only has 1 point and jump number 8 has 8 points. After jumping the 8th jump, you have a choice between approaching the 9th fence of an equal height of the course or a joker which is considerably higher. So after jumping 8 fences, you can either make your score go from 36 to 45 if you jump the 9th fence or to 56 if you jump the joker successfully. But if you drop the joker, you are penalized 20 points, so your score could even go all the way down to 16 points. I usually make sure that whenever I am entering in an accumulator class, I don't push the horse too much on the course and ride in a rhythm. And the joker jump needs to be addressed with a good pace, and I try not to exhaust the horse too much in the warm up because this is really a test of the horse's endurance and that he has to jump a bigger fence after jumping a whole course. Next up, we have the fault and out format, which is also to be jumped in a sequence within a fixed time. It has a similar point system to Accumulator except that it doesn't have a joker. The main aim of this class is to not drop or refuse any jump. If you drop a jump, the points for that jump don't get counted and your course ends as soon as you jump the next jump. So effectively only those points get counted towards your score which you jump clear. If you jump the whole course clear, then you had to jump number 1 again and you jump until your time gets over. I personally love this class too much because it's all about perfection. You've got to jump every jump well and cover the ground to make time to complete the course also within the given time if you want to place amongst the top. I make sure that whenever I enter this class, I walk the best possible lines without any surprises for the horse because a half stride due to a short turn could end disastrous for you. Keep the horse moving forward but not rushing. Next up for discussion, we have the knockout event, which is quite an interesting format, not that common, but it is extremely fun to watch. In this format, the arena is split in two equal parts and has a course of 5 to 6 jumps on each side, which are identical in every sense. Two riders start the course together in their halves of the arenas, and the one who wins qualifies for the next round, and the one who loses gets knocked out. It is essentially run like a league format with wildcard entries too, and it is a lot of fun to compete at and to watch as well. My recommendation to anyone who is competing at a knockout event is assess your opponent and his horse and ride your course accordingly. In the possibility of you qualifying more than 3 rounds, you and your horse both will be exhausted and that might affect your performance. Avoid extensive warm ups. Do not work your horse more between rounds and assess your opponent and strain your horse only if the competition is tough. In a small packed arena of 5 to 6 jumps, the striding set will be such that you won't be able to eliminate strides so easily. So the only way to cut on time is to take sharper turns and push your horse to take bigger strides. I repeat, bigger, not faster, because faster isn't gonna help. Moving on to rescue relays, it's another exciting event. It is the only event which has 2 to 3 riders in the arena competing together as a team. The name itself describes the event well. A rider who falls is rescued by another rider from his team who takes over. Usually, every team is a cross age category team with a rider from the junior age category and one from the young rider category and one from the senior category. The young rider starts jumping the course in a sequential order, and if he drops a jump, the next rider from his team starts jumping the course from the next jump. If he refuses a jump, he moves aside, and the same jump is then jumped by the next member of the team. The riders are scored on normal show jumping rules, and whoever jumps the course with the least falls in the lowest time wins. In this event, the key is to remain very attentive and act as soon as your team rider falls, because time is essential and to be at the right place at the right time is very important. The event is all about team planning and understanding each other without words. My advice to anyone participating in rescue relays: know your team well, keep your eyes and ears open, and don't come in the way of your teammates. Accidents are very common in this event. Next up is a very famous and celebrated event across the world: 6 bars. A straight line of 6 fences are set at a distance of 2 strides each, and the height of the bars increases with each round. A rider is not promoted to the next round if he drops any jump. All those who clear all the jumps are promoted to the next round. There is no set limit on the number of rounds, and the event goes on until we have a clear winner. In this event, the height of the highest jump could go more than 2 meters at the world's top events, but in India, I have personally seen riders jump up to 180 centimeters. A real great show for the audience. It is a people's event. I have personally competed up to 120 to 130 centimeters in 6 bars, and the thrill it gives you is amazing. My advice to anyone jumping 6 bars is that approach the first jump well, attack at the center of the jump. Do not try and do too many adjustments in between the jumps. Give your horse the right balance, look up, and come back on your seat as soon as possible, but not too soon. And don't give too much of a forward balance till the fences are at least 130 to 140 centimeters in height. Also, follow the same advice which I gave you for knockout. You don't know how many rounds you and your horse might have to jump, so preserve your and your horse's energy whenever possible. The last one for today is another famous event across the globe called puissance. The French word puissance literally means having power, and it tests the horse's ability to jump a red wall as high as possible. The course has 4 jumps, the first one being a vertical, the second one a parallel, the third one is a triple bar, and the fourth one is the wall. It is a very challenging event with the height of the wall going up to 2.3 meters easily. The Indian national record of puissance is set at a whooping height of 1.95 meters, which was set by the PBG officer Sajjan Singh Grewal and his horse Faryad. The junior puissance record is set by Siddhant Kabra and Roadrunner at 1.8 meters, set in 2012. I have seen Siddhant jumping the wall live at the DHS 2012, and I have also witnessed Nick and Summer Rain of AGL Stables jumping higher than Sajjan Singh's record of 1.95 meters by clearing 1.97 meters at DHS 2019. Alright, guys, that's it for this episode. Do drop in your comments and suggestions, and if you have any questions, I would love to address them. And you can reach me on Instagram at the rate Rochak And please do like and share this. New episodes every Sunday at 12 a.m. IST. Thanks for tuning in at All Things Equine with Aris. Happy horsing!